Welcome to Kaleidoscope. Let's talk.
I was a child when I was asked if I am eating from a shovel. I wasn't. I was a budding teenager when I was questioned about the extra serving of rice. I had to justify. In my 20s, I ate my depression away. I stuffed food in the void in me, and it worked.
You just heard a poem read by Isurinie Mallawaarachchi, who was a Gratiaen Prize Shortlister 2023 this year. And she is the first in our series where we will be featuring headlining authors and poets to be featured at the Galle Literary Festival next year. In addition to being an amazing poet, Isurinie is also a lecturer, an attorney at law, and a researcher focused on human rights and gender equality. Isurinie's debut collection has been described as a window into the life of a Sri Lankan queer soul. She has a difficult and fascinating story behind her literary pursuits, and she's with me today on Kaleidoscope. Let's talk. Isurinie, you've had a difficult time, as you mentioned in your poem, putting it out like that. How much can you reveal of those times?
I've been on medication for depression for quite some time, and ever since I was around 18-ish, I had this thing where I used to harm myself. But then I woke up one day and realized that I'm not going to do this anymore. And then I started writing instead.
So your Gratiaen Prize shortlisted collection, Flowers Teach Me to Let Go, is kind of a soft title, but it has been described as hard-hitting.
I didn't mean it to be soft or hard. I just put myself out there. And I think once you have put it out there, it's up to the reader to decide for themselves whether it's hard-hitting or soft or whatever it is.
And now, what made you decide that you actually want to publish this collection, knowing that it is going to lay your soul bare?
I think it's really important that we talk, and I think I associate talking out loud about your issues, your trauma, and whatever it is, as something related to justice. And I think it's really important that we talk things out without keeping it for ourselves or stigmatizing it or something like that.
And tell me a little bit about your next book that you've already published.
It's called My Mind is a Light Switch. So the idea is that my mind works in extremes. Like if it's happiness, it's extreme happiness. If it's sadness, it's extreme sadness. So there's no middle ground. So I like to address that factor about myself in the poetry collection.
What is the scary part about actually letting people know who you are at the end of the day when you write these poems?
It's very scary in the sense that people are going to be like, oh, I didn't know that you went through this. And people will like, especially because my work tend to have some, intimate sexual kind of references, and this is a very conservative society that we live in. So people can be like, oh, I didn't know that you did this. I didn't know you did that. And then that's why I wrote in my dedication of the first book, don't see me in my work, see yourself.
What are the challenges you come across when putting your thoughts down into your poetry?
When you write, you confront the truth. And sometimes truth can be very scary, And when it comes to writing, that's a scary part. And when it comes to publishing, the scary part is that we are publishing it in the society that we live in. And that is scary.
You've been shortlisted for the Gratiaen, and also you're a headlining poet at the Galle Literary Festival coming up in January. How do you feel?
I feel very happy about it, but I also feel very scared. I feel like there are a lot of expectations when you are like that. But then again, I'm hoping to take things slow and, be kind to myself and all that.
Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And if you like our show, subscribe and follow us for weekly updates.